Good morning. This is Joy Black. It's September 12th, and this is the first standing movement Qigong class of the autumn of 2022. I'm away this Monday and next Monday, so you will be able to join the class through the YouTube channel. But I'll be back on the 26th, and I hope you'll join me at church or on Zoom, or if you need to watch it later, on YouTube. But we'll be doing this for 10 Mondays, starting at 11:45 and ending at 12:30. I'm glad you're here today. Let's begin just with a little bit of background. Some of you know about Qigong because you took some classes before. Others may not. Qi is the energy that moves through our body, the unseen energy. It's in every living thing. And Qigong is an ancient Chinese healthcare system, thousands of years old. I found it in 2007, and it really has changed my life for the good. There are a lot of practices, some of them movement, some meditations, some are like yoga, some are walking, all kinds of Qigong practices that involve connecting with our internal body and connecting with the world all around us. It's very connected to the natural world. So I want to talk about meridians briefly. Just as our blood has arteries, veins, and capillaries to flow through, they're the pathways for the blood in our body, our energy has pathways too, and they're called meridians. And each of the major organs has its own pathway, its own meridian, and there are some other meridians as well. And we're going to begin focusing on the lung meridian, which is actually affiliated with the season that we're living in right now, autumn. So we're going to do some work with that today, and I'll talk a little bit more at that point about the lung element and lung energy. Chinese medicine has a 5-element theory. The elements are metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. So we'll be working with the metal element, which benefits the lungs. It also benefits large intestine. That's an affiliated organ. So we'll do that practice today. I think we'll also spend some time with the earth element, which benefits stomach, pancreas, and spleen. And it relates to the Indian summer season, which maybe we're just coming out of or just recently came out of. So the Indian summer and autumn are so close together. I kind of like to do both of those practices. The other thing I wanted to say before we start moving is I want to mention the mind-body connection in Chinese medicine. And that is, whatever our mind thinks, our bodies will respond to. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. The body doesn't know the difference. It's going to always respond in some way. Sometimes we are aware it's responding, like when we are stressing over something mentally or emotionally. Maybe we get a headache. We're so stressed. Maybe we get a tight neck or tight shoulders or tight lower back. That's an obvious body response to what the mind's thinking. But sometimes the responses are not so obvious. Maybe our blood pressure rises. And so we always want to remember this, and we can use it to help ourselves by having healing thoughts as we do the Qigong practices, and I'll guide us in that. The intention is very important as we do Qigong. Our intention for a certain movement will tell the body, here's what this is about. And it's about helping me and helping me feel better and making me healthier. So there's intention is very important, and it's related to that mind-body connection. So I'll be bringing those things up as we go along, and mentioning some other things too, like ways of breathing and posture. But let's begin just with gentle shaking of the whole body, just for the purpose of getting the lymph moving. You know, lymph carries the waste through the body. It has a pathway too, but it doesn't have a pump like the heart. So to get the lymph moving, we have to move the body. And in particular, we have pumps. We have pumps in the ankles, pumps in the knees, pumps in the hips. At every joint, we have pumps to move the lymph. So that's important when you think lymph carries the waste that needs to leave my body. I want to do what I can to release that. So I'm going to move. And just the gentle shaking is a way to start. It helps release easy things to let go of. And then we can do more focused practices to release maybe some things that aren't quite so loosened up yet. So that's enough of that. Got a little warmed up as well. Let us ground ourselves first. And we're going to stand in what's known as the Tai Chi Stance. It's also called Wuji Stance. And Wuji means the great unknown. You hear Wuji used in reference to a lot of Qigong practices. But anyway, the stance is that our feet are flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart, and they're straight, pointing forward as opposed to toes out or toes in, and they're parallel to each other. Our knees are slightly bent so that we have a sense that we can sit. And I'll show it to you from the side. Slightly bend the knees and sit. You see the difference? Kind of, my back stays straight. I've got a curve in my back when I stand straight, but when I slightly bend the knees and sit, my back goes straight. So that's what we're after. All of this is very soft. There's no tight muscles, no tension, okay? So the arms hang loose at the side from the shoulders. Make sure your shoulders aren't tensed up. Let the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists be soft. Raise the head as if it were being pulled by a cord from above you. And the chin is, the face is forward. We're not chin up, we're not chin down. And this is the Tai Chi pose, the Tai Chi Stance, the Wuji Stance. This is the pose that allows for the freest flow of energy through the whole body. And it's the pose from which most Qigong movements are begun, because it's easy to move to the side or forward or backward. It's a balanced pose. Let's breathe in and out through the nose is preferable for most Qigong practices. Some of them have exhaling through the mouth, but for what we'll do, in and out through the nose. If you're congested, breathe as you need to breathe. Don't force your breath. And now to ground, as if we are the most stately tree standing here on the earth. Let's grow some roots from the soles of our feet. Let some roots begin to grow down through the carpet, down through the concrete slab, down into the earth. Deep, deep, deep. Let the roots go deep and wide down through the gravel and the sand and the water table. growing deep, strong, powerful roots, reaching out in all four directions as well, down in the earth. Go to the center of the earth if you want. And then stop the roots from growing. And invite this earth energy to rise up your roots, this healing, infinite earth energy. Let it rise up and enter the soles of your feet. Let the earth energy fill your arches, your heels, your toes. Let it rise up into your ankles, up into your lower leg, into every cell, the bones, the muscles, the fascia, the blood vessels, filling with this healing earth energy. Up into the knees and all the tendons and ligaments, the bones again. Let it rise into the upper thighs, the front, the back, the sides, the muscles, the bones, the fascia, up into your bottom, up into your front lower belly, and into all the organs contained there. Every cell receiving this earth energy all the way up to the top of the lower belly. This area in the body, in the lower abdomen, is called the Dantian. Dantian. It's the center of energy in Chinese medicine. It's where we gather energy and bring it to. And when you think about it, it's where our digestion is. So we're going to process that energy and keep some of it and let some of it go back out. It's like a cook pot, like a cauldron, is how they talk about it. So we have brought earth energy up and it's continuing to flow in. It's never ending. And it's filling up this Dantian, the center of our energy. It's connecting us to the earth in a powerful way. You may even feel a pull against your feet or against your legs, a pull downward toward the earth. It's a heaviness, a stability. That's what grounding does for us. So we're fully grounded. So that will help us through the rest of our time together. Let's begin by opening the spine a little bit before we do more movement. And we're going to do that with a practice called spinal cord breathing, which you can do standing or sitting. I'll demonstrate it from the front and from the side, and then you join in when you feel ready. But spinal cord breathing has us breathing in and out through the nose. It has us opening the whole front of our spine, which rarely gets opened up. Imagine spaces between each vertebra opening. And more oxygen gets to the lungs and the heart. We really open this area up. And then that's on the inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to close the front. We're going to open space between the vertebra along the back, the whole back of the spine. So we begin with our hands in a very gentle fist, no clenching. We bend at the elbows. Elbows are about chest height. Shoulder blades are forward. That moves the shoulders forward. So don't force anything. Just be aware of it. I'm putting you in touch with your shoulder blades as they relate to your shoulders. So what we're going to do is I'm going to inhale through my nose. And as I do, I'm going to open my arms and bend the spine open, stretch the arms back. And then I'm going to exhale, pacing my exhale as my elbows and hands come together. And I bend forward so that I'm opening my spine all along the back. So let me do it from the side. I'm in Tai Chi Stance, knees slightly bent. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly and fold up so that the back of your spine can be open. Feel that nice stretch. Inhale, open the front, stretch back. Exhale, open the back, bend forward. Don't force anything, be smooth and gentle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, go at your own pace so that your breathing and your movement are comfortable. Exhale. Jump in whenever you're ready. Keep breathing. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Good. Take a little moment just to breathe normally. I'm going to get a sip of water, so I'm talking a lot. I'll be going to the beach next week, which is why I'm pre-recording this. So I want to do a Qigong practice about the ocean water. It's called ocean breathing. And I think you'll like it too, because I know many of us love the ocean. So when we do some of these practices, most of these practices, there are physical movements, there's coordinated breathing, and then there's a mind-body connection, a thought process, a feeling process that relates to it. We're going to learn it piece by piece. First the movement, then the breathing today, and we may not bring in the mind-body until later. So get in your Wuji stance, your Tai Chi stance, knees slightly bent, head pulled up, breathing in and out through the nose. And let's have a gentle smile on our face, just kind of a Mona Lisa smile, not a big one. This relaxes the nervous system. Smiling does. So tune into your breathing. And now, very slightly, let your body come forward. I'll show you sideways. Let your body come forward and backward. If you go too far, you'll get off balance. Forward. Use your toes to stop you. Backward. Now we're going to bring the arms into this. Bring the hands together in front of the body as you move forward. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft wrists. And take some of that energy that we pulled up from the earth out of the Dantian. Hold it in your hands. And get a sense of you having walked in off the sand into the ocean, up to your ankles, then up to your knees, then up to your hips, a little higher if you want, but to that place where you can feel, if you stand still, you can feel the waves as they come in and out, and as they push your body back, then they drag you out, then they push you towards shore, drag you out. Put yourself in the ocean and get that wonderful feeling of the water movement. Now I'm going to show you the arm movement. As I come forward, I'm going to separate my hands a little bit. Then as I go back, I'm going to bring them together. As I come forward again, I separate a little more. As I go back, I bring them together. I come forward, I separate more. I go backward, bring them together. Join in whenever you want. Gradually, I keep separating more and more, always coming back together. You separate the hands when you come forward. You bring them together when you go back. Soft arms, nothing stiff. Control your movements. And when you get to this point where your arms are almost straight out, then the next time that you open your arms, you open them a little less. And a little less. And a little less. And then you start again. Wider. Come forward a little wider. Forward, open the arms wider. And now keep going, and I'm going to talk about how the breathing relates. As I come forward, I'm going to inhale. As I go back, I'm going to exhale. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, close the arms. Remember to vary the degree to which you open. Inhale, exhale. Inhale forward, exhale backward. One more time. Inhale forward, exhale backward. Opening wider and wider. Go at your own pace, because you've got to be able to coordinate your inhale and your exhale with the movement of your arms and your body. Be at the ocean. Feel that water energy, that healing water energy. When our hands come together for the last time, we'll stop. Ocean breathing. Okay. I said we were going to talk about some organ prescriptions, starting with the lungs. And the reason we're going to start with the lungs is that in the Chinese 5-element system, the elements correlate with the seasons. And the season that we're in right now, actually, let's back up. Let's go back to Indian summer, since that comes before autumn. So let's go to Indian summer, which we may still be in a little bit. That's usually some point in August, and it ends vaguely in early September. So Indian summer has a, if you like color, you can associate or visualize a golden color like a wheat field. And it's going to benefit this energy of Indian summer, where we're coming down off the high energy of summer. We're slowing down. It's an earth energy. Indian summer, that end of the summer period, we go back to earth for grounding after being so frantic all summer. It's a wonderful time to just begin to think about slowing down, regrounding. It benefits the stomach, pancreas, and spleen. It also helps us deal with our worries and our anxieties, because these are the organs where we often hold the tension from worry and anxiety. So working with this element can help release that. And that is our intention as we do this practice, to release worry, release tension from the stomach, pancreas, and spleen. The way the prescription movement goes is we're going to form a triangle, bringing our thumbs together, then our 4 fingers together and closing the other fingers. And we're going to bring it up above our heads, except, let's see, I have to raise the screen. Except you may find that your arms get tired. And if they do, then you can hold it here or even here. Honor where you are. And as your arms get stronger and your breathing to support the movement gets stronger, you'll be able to raise them higher. Unless you have another issue in your shoulder or something. So we're going to stand feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, looking up, eyes looking up through the opening. And we're going to inhale and then turn to the left and exhale. Back to center, start inhaling. Over to the right, start exhaling. Back to center, start inhaling. Lower your arms if you need to. To the left, exhaling. To center, inhaling. To the right, exhaling. To center, inhaling. To the left, exhaling. Keep going at your own pace, and I'm going to talk about how this is helping these organs. You notice as we twist side to side that we are alternately squeezing the left side where the stomach, pancreas, and spleen are located, and then opening that side so that those organs can expand out. And then we come back and we squeeze them again. Inhale at the front. And then we open them again, let them expand. And this ringing of the organs is like a gentle massage of the organs. It really stimulates them. Inhale at the front, exhale at each side. It really stimulates these organs and the organ meridians. One more to each side. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. So that's the stomach pancreas spleen treatment. They're on the left side of our body. It's the autumn season. It's the Indian summer season. The color is yellow, and the emotions that we're working to release are worry and anxiety. Okay. Now, take a little break. If you need to shake out your arms, shake them out. And I want to move into the autumn season, which is lung energy. And it also benefits large intestine. The lung is the main organ. Whatever we do to help the lung will benefit the affiliated organ, which is the large intestine. So this can be done seated or standing. The meridian for the lungs moves from the finger up the arms into the left lung, or from the finger up the arm into the right lung. So we have 2 meridians for each of these organs, even if there's only one organ, but we happen to have 2 lungs. So we're going to do arm movement again. So remember, adjust your arms down from where I may be moving. If your muscle, upper arm muscle, or this muscle gets tired, lower your arms, you'll get relief. The other thing I want to point out is that you can feel relief in your arm muscles by initiating your movement from the shoulder blade. I want you to hold your arms out just naturally, loose, hold them out in front. And now take whatever arm is closest to the screen and move it from the shoulder blade forward and back, forward and back. Let the shoulder blade push it. And now the other arm. Let the shoulder blade push it. Don't use your arm muscles. And look at the distance you can move by using your shoulder blade instead of pulling with these muscles. So I'd like you, when we do this lung practice, I'd like you to first connect to your shoulder blades and try to move your arms from there. And if you don't get it today, then don't struggle with it. Deal with it later, just something to practice, but just get that idea in your head and practice with it after class. So the lung movement begins. Again, we're in Tai Chi Stance. The arms are at the side. We bend the hand down at the wrist, bring all fingers together, fingers and thumb together, not squeezing, but in a gentle point. So both hands and fingers are down like that. Elbows are soft, shoulders are soft. We're not hunching. Wrists are soft. Let's inhale and open the front of the lungs, and then come forward on the exhale, rotating the wrists up. Then inhale again, rotate down and go back. Push back, rotate, come forward on the exhale. Rotate, inhale, go back. Rotate, exhale, slowly come forward. Rotate, inhale, slowly go back. Now I want you to breathe and move at your own pace. You need to be able to coordinate your breathing with your movement. Don't be hesitant to lower your arms. Your intention, we are doing movements with our arms that stimulate the lung meridian in both arms. And so you are helping your lungs just by moving your arms. When you're able to get higher later on, it's a little bit more of attention given to the meridian, so a little bit more of a help to the lung, but work your way there. Inhale, stretch, rotate, exhale slowly. Rotate, inhale slowly at your own pace. Smile. That helps you relax. Let's do 4 more. Get in touch with your shoulder blades. As you come forward, they come forward. Watch how the shoulder blades pull back in when you go back. Last one. That's the lung prescription from medical Qigong. Okay. Let's do, just for fun, just some movement for the whole body that coordinates the movement with the breathing. This practice doesn't have a name, but it's something you can do just anytime you feel like some movement, and it's lively. You can even do it to music. And all Qigong is wonderful this time of year outdoors. So if you've got a yard or you want to go to a park and practice what you're learning, this is the time of year to use it. My goodness, it's a little hot some days, but if you go in the morning or in the evening or as the weather gets cooler, being outdoors is really special. Okay, so this practice is going to operate all of the body pumps. I'm going to lower this again to move our lymph, move our blood, and lubricate the joints. So the arms come up and back from the side, up and back, up and back. That's the arm movement. Up, elbows down, back, up, elbows down, back, up, elbows down, back. Now, we bounce knees, knees, bend the 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 knees and elbows, bend the knees, arms back, bend the knees and elbows, bend the knees, arms back, bend the knees and elbows, bend the knees, arms back, bend the knees and elbows, bend the knees, arms back. Do this at your own pace. You can do this one pretty quickly, but there's no need to speed it up. Now let's add the breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale back. So now that you've added breathing, you may need to slow down your movements or speed them up. Let your breathing guide your speed. In and out through the nose. Two more. Okay, good. Shake out anything that needs shaking out. And now let's loosen the spine a little more, just kind of in a cool down. Get in your Tai Chi pose. Knees slightly bent. And I want to talk about twisting because we want to be very careful when we twist to not injure the knees. A lot of times we'll twist at the knees, and that's not good. If you find yourself twisting at the knees, then lift that heel up on the knee that bends. Okay? But we can do twists keeping our heels flat. And the way we do it is to get in touch with the parts of our body. Say we want to twist to your left. We're going to start by turning at the waist. The thighs and the knees stay facing front, but I'm going to turn at the waist, then at the rib cage, then more at the shoulders, and more at the head. Twist the other way. Turn at the waist only, rib cage, shoulders, neck and head. Back to center. Other way. Waist, rib cage, shoulders, neck and head. Back to center. Waist, rib cage, shoulders, neck and head. You see, the waist only goes so far. The shoulders can go a little far, rib cage can go a little farther, the shoulders a little farther, and the neck and head even more. But you don't have to do it bumpy like I was doing it to explain it. You just waist, rib cage, shoulders, neck and head. Back to center. Waist, rib cage, shoulders, neck and head. Okay, that's just something I wanted to explain so that as we do twisting movements in Qigong, you can keep that in mind. It's helpful to not jerk a body part before it's ready to be moved. It makes for smoother, safer movement. But let's do some stretching from the Tai Chi pose, some twisting, keeping that in mind. Let the arms just hang and fall against the body. Normal breathing in and out through the nose and a gentle smile. We're winding down now. Once we get through the first 2 or 3 classes, I won't have to explain so much. We will repeat a few of these practices in successive weeks so that you can really learn them. And we'll also bring in some new things to keep the class fresh. So hang with us, practice in between classes so that maybe you only remember one thing from today. Well, practice that. And then next week, you'll know that and you can take in something new to practice that following week. Now, next time your right arm comes around, bring it up on the lower abdomen and the lower back. A gentle knock, a gentle pat. Keeping the knees and the thighs facing front. Or if you can't, then lifting the heel of the leg that turns. That's perfectly fine. Now, bring the hands up a little bit more on the rib cage. Let's pat those organs, kidneys, liver, spleen, stomach, pancreas, gallbladder. And the next time your right arm comes around, let it go up at shoulder level. The other arm goes behind your back. Just stretching out, loosening up some of the muscles that we use today. And back down to the hips. Let the arms just fall gentle. We're not pushing them. We're not swinging them really hard. We're just kind of doing our twist, our body twist, and lifting the heel if you choose, and letting the arms fall where they may. Okay. We're going to close with one last clearing to remove anything that we may have released into our lymph or our blood today. Our intention is to clear that out. This is called pulling down the heavens. So we start in Tai Chi pose. We inhale, reach up to the heavens, grab some of the wonderful, infinite, healing, heavenly energy, and pull it down into the front third of your body, the front of your brain, your eyes, your nose, your sinuses, your lips, your neck, every cell, the skin cells, the muscle, the fascia, the front of the chest, the front of the arms, the front of the ribs, the front of the belly, down through the front of the legs and the feet and into the earth, letting it go. Inhale again, more heavenly energy, pull it down, hands in front, but move it down through the back third of your body, back of the brain, back of the skull, the whole spinal cord, starting at the base of the skull, moving down the upper back, the scapula, the shoulder blades, moving down the back of the arms, the back of the ribs, moving through the kidneys, clearing and cleansing, moving through the back of the digestive system, moving through your butt, down the back of your legs and your heels and into the earth. And one last time, heavenly energy, pull it down through the center of the body, the brain, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, down through the back of the eyes, the sinuses, the inner ear, the throat, the trachea, the thymus, the thyroid, down through the heart and the lungs, down through all the organs contained in the ribs, down through your digestive tract, the sexual organs, down through the bones of the legs, the bones of the arms, the feet, and into the earth. So that's today's first class. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back next week. I will be on vacation for the second week also, September 19th. So you'll find this on YouTube. But starting the third class, September 26th, we can do class in person here at church, or you can watch it on Zoom at 11:45, or you can catch it later on YouTube. I hope that you'll join us. Get in touch with me by phone or email if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Have a good week.